Let me ask you a question. What's the dirtiest thing you've ever done? Welcome to Irchester Country Park, and we're going on a dirt run. Now, that can't be the dirt run. I'm not joking. I've just come down a path, and I don't think I'm going to even be able to stand. I can barely stand up walking. So I don't know how this dirt run's going to go, but it's going to be pure, unadulterated filth. Here he is at the cafe. I mean, I thought you were supposed to be the race director. Morning, mate.
Hey,
how you doing?
Hey. Yeah, very good.
Good morning. Yeah, good. You're supposed to be organising all this. Getting some bacon. What's it looking like today then? Is it going to be... Right, okay.
That's the answer to your question.
Yeah. Well, this is lovely. Now, just behind me are the toilets. I just walked into the toilet to see a man leaning up against the stall like that, with his trousers around his ankles, which was off-putting to say the least. But then I realised that they were actually waterproof trousers, so he'd pulled his waterproof trousers around his ankles and had unbuttoned his jean, so it wasn't quite as it looked on first view. And I nearly said to him, what are you, 6? Pull your trousers up, bloody hell. But I didn't, fortunately. I'd misjudged it. Oh, it's stopped raining now at the very least. I've got a decision to make on my Leicester Pigget. Do I wear it, do I not? At the moment I'm thinking yes, for simply a little bit of extra protection against the filth. I was actually thinking about what was the filthiest thing I've ever done. I'm actually not prepared to talk about this in a children's playground. There was once an occasion where, when I was at university in Cheltenham Spa, it's a top flight university, but when I was at university there was a nightclub called Gas, and there was a takeaway next door called the Istanbul Kebab House, and I'd saved enough money at the at the end of the night to treat myself to a small kebab at the Istanbul Kebab House. I've been looking forward to it all night, and one of my mates shoulder barged me and I fell against the pavement and dropped my kebab on the street. Dirtiest thing I've ever done in the world. I actually stooped down and picked up ribbons of lamb kebab off the pavement, just dodging all the dog toffee that had been left there, and ate it. Unfortunate timing. A few girls from my course had just sort of come out of the nightclub at the time and watched me eating some fairly horrendous processed warm meat off the pavement. Wasn't my finest hour, to be honest. Funny things you think about though, isn't it? Right, now they're asking us to go to the start line and not to straggle. So I've taken all this gear off. I am treating it a bit like cross country at school. That's essentially what it's going to be, just cross country, which, despite the fact that I went to a boys' school in the 80s, I actually used to love PE, despite the fact that the teachers were sadists. Actually, that's not quite correct. The PE teachers themselves, the ones who were actually qualified to teach PE, were fine. It was the ones who actually taught geography and who they kind of let have a go, you know. So like every other week, you know, my geography teacher would turn up in a velour 70s tracksuit and you're like, oh God, he's got us for PE today. And he was horrendous usually, and fairly sadistic. I tell my kids this all the time and they don't believe me. Like in those days, if you didn't have your PE kit, you basically had to either borrow kit, and there were two options. One, a set of kit that smelt like it had been washed in barbecue sauce, or another kit that had clearly been donated by somebody with awful eczema and it got half of a kid's back in there. So you either had to borrow kit, or if you didn't have your kit, you'd have to run in your pants. And the sadistic geography teacher very often would simply make an arbitrary choice amongst the group of boys in front of him. You're running in your pants. And you, Stent, I've got my kit, sir. You're in your pants. Get your pants off. I mean, run in your pants. There was nothing dodgy about it at all. Morning. How you doing? Yeah, yeah, good.
Yeah, good.
Good, nice and clean, isn't it?
Down here today?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Christ alive. Right, here's the start.
The Irchester Dirt Run comes in 2 versions, uphill and downhill, and 3 race lengths, the 5k, the 10k and the 15k. Today, MARM will be running the 15k race uphill.
Right, I am stood out from the crowd on the side. This is really a little bit like being at school. And having a look, there's a guy behind me who has got large cans. By that I mean he's wearing a particularly large pair of headphones. Now, I'm not a snitch, but we were specifically told not to listen to music unless he's a detectorist, in which case he's come to the wrong part of the park today. I'm going to tell on him.
3, 2, 1, go!
I've got absolutely no idea, and I'm already covered in mud. I genuinely thought this morning, because there was hardly anyone here, that I'd win this. I don't think I'm going to win it. People are slipping over. I'll be the first. I'll be the first to go. Jesus Christ. Right, so which way to go? Left, right or straight at the middle? I'm going to go left. Now, I've kind of made it, but I'm aware I've got to do this 3 times. I'm going wide. Sensible. Thank you. Thank you. Right, that's lap 1, I think, done. About 3 miles in. It's hard. And it's going to get worse, but, you know, could be worse. Could be doing it in my pants with a predatory geography teacher watching me. Never been proved, but I'd got my kit. I've come up with a novel way of letting you know which lap I'm on. When the cap was fully forward, that was lap 1. When the cap is halfway, lap 2, and the cap will be turned backwards when we're on lap 3. This lap I'm not looking forward to because I look like some sort of geriatric honeybee. Thanks, mate. Careful of that mud there. Now, I said, ironically, careful of that mud, because he was standing on a deceptively flat, dry bit of concrete. Then I laughed at my own joke to prove it was a joke, and I got nothing either time. It's a new low. For the second time, heading up Heartbreak Ridge. Will I go left or will I go right? No. That path didn't cut out as much as I hoped. Here's my friend Ed, right, who knows the local terrain. This is your park run, isn't it, Ed?
Yeah, local park run course.
Right.
5k, 15k up in Muddy Hills, a bit different.
Oh yeah, it is a bit. Right, I'll be following you all the way around it. Right then, the cap is now backwards. I'm on the final lap. It says lap 2, it's not, it's lap 3. Hey!
Hey, well done, well done.
Now, the same guys at the feed station, I'm going to tell the same joke with slightly different emphasis, see what reaction I get. Oh, thanks mate, careful of the mud. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The joke is, I'm covered in mud, he's dry. I say watch the mud, he's standing on slabs. He just stared at me and gave me some water. Okay. Right. We're coming up to it again. Am I going to go left? Am I going to go right? A tough choice. Everyone's going left. I'm going right again.
If I only could make a deal with God, I'd get him to swap our places. I'd be running up that road. I'd be running up that hill with no problems.
Coming up to the water jump. Right, come on then. Do something special. Straight through. I might regret that. Hey.
Which is a Norris. I'm posted by Mr. Tim Stead, the village running man himself. Good morning, good morning.
Good morning, morning. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Cheers, mate. Well done. Well done, Ed. Good man. Well done. Thank you. Thank you. Right. I'm going to say my goodbyes to Simon. I'm going to get off. There he is. Thank you very much, my friend. That was great. Love that. Really good. Really good. Really enjoyed it. I'm defecating myself.
Good to see you.
Right, cheers, and you. See you again. Cheers, thank you. That was great. A huge thank you to Simon and the team at Go Beyond. Now, on a serious note, these races, these smaller races, are absolutely fab. They're really good. But you've got to get out to support them, even if it means just driving an extra half an hour. Come out and support them because they're great, really enjoyable, and the people who run them are operating them on like ridiculously fine margins, and things are tough at the moment. And God, I'm getting a little bit worthy, aren't I? But things are tough for people at the moment, and these sort of races will disappear if we don't support them. Do you know what? I am devil may care. I'm going to go straight through here just to wash myself off. All right, here we go. Whoa, having a wash. There we go. I asked a question at the start of this video, which was, what's the dirtiest thing you've ever done? Sadly, this is the dirtiest thing I've ever done. And I don't want to hear any of your comments, to be honest with you. It's not that sort of channel.
Remember to help me grow the channel, hit like, hit subscribe, share with your pals, and hit the bell button to notify you when the videos become available. Equally, you can always follow me on Strava, follow me on Instagram, and join the Facebook group. I'll see you next week. Thanks for your support.